Hi, I'm Caroline Pemberton for Virtual.Offis, and today I'm with Matthew Mitchell from Carmichael Fisher. Hi Matthew, thanks for joining us. Matthew, can you tell me a little bit about the company that you work for and your role?
I'm Matthew Mitchell from Carmichael Fisher. I'm a search consultant, for want of a better word, a director of the company, and we've been using Virtual.Offis for a number of years. As search consultants, we find people for other companies. We're an organisation with about 100 people across 9 different offices, 6 different time zones. We do everything from financial, legal, tax, accounting, and the area that I work in, which is mining and resources.
Carmichael Fisher has grown dramatically in the last 10 years. What kind of demands has that placed on your IT environment?
It's actually posed quite a lot of different issues on the environment. We are non-IT people, so we're totally hands-off, black box only, and so we rely on outsourced providers to give us the direction, the lead, the whole deal. We're not particularly structured in terms of saying, okay, we want to run an office in Hong Kong next year or Singapore the year after. Our business has grown because we've come across someone that we like, who culturally fits the organisation, and they happen to be in Dubai. So we've said, look, we're opening up an office in Dubai. And normally that's next Wednesday, and we call Chai on the Friday and say, this is happening, can you do something to get this office up and running?
Has Virtual.Offis been able to match pace with your growth and your expansion?
A lot of organisations and others that we deal with and service providers can't actually meet the same standards. But these guys have been able to sort of, okay, well, that's not quite the optimum way of going forward, but yeah, we'll do it from here, and they move forward.
Why did you choose to opt for a managed service provider to begin with?
It was one of those interesting situations, Caroline. We were actually in a bit of a mess. We had a failing database and a failing network link between Sydney and Melbourne at the time, and the whole lot was just about to collapse. And in retrospect, it would be better if it had, and we could have just started with a clean slate. But Virtual.Offis was brought to our attention as some people that could help us out of this and could go forward. They had a look at the situation and said, well, this is what we need to do, and put forward a plan, a structure, and over a very, very busy weekend, they managed to recover what was just about looming to be a disaster and keep us online and kept going from there. So we were actually very lucky to have them at that time.
I understand that there's been some upgrades to the IT environment recently. What can you tell me about that?
Virtual.Offis drew up a plan and said, look, this is what we need to do, this is what we've got to do. And then from there was a structured set of meetings and project meetings which ran through the whole process of what we're going to do, how we're going to do it. They tested things before it went live. The whole program went over several months and involved other suppliers as well. It went very well. There was some issues that could have been real disasters. In fact, there was no downtime across the switchover at all, and it was quite substantial. We're running 9 offices in 6 time zones, which gives only a small window when you can take the whole lot offline, change it over to a new system and put it back online. And they did it. We could not have done it without them.
Can you please explain to me and our viewers why your CFO, the lovely Helen, thinks that Scott Coulton is the best thing since sliced bread?
Yeah, I countered her on that and said, what's going on here? Is this just a physical thing? But Scott's a good example of the culture, the Virtual.Offis culture. He's friendly, competent, capable, knowledgeable. But these guys, if you go to them with a problem, they own the problem. So they'll sort it through, they'll make recommendations. If they can fix it, they will, but if they can't, they'll put up the options and say, look, this is going to take more time, this is going to happen, here's the short-term fix, but this is the long-term.
Carmichael Fisher is a professional services organisation, so your standards are high. How has the team at Virtual.Offis exceeded your expectations?
The recent upgrades, because of China boys saying, look, this is going to go down, we have to fix this at some point, and the steps are put in place to make it happen. So they're always there, they're always reliable, there's friendly, there's a good service. A lot of our work has problems overseas, so it's a 10 o'clock at night call out of Hong Kong or Singapore or Dubai's. Emails have gone down on Sunday morning because they work from Sunday through to Thursday night. And these guys pick up the problem and get on with it. So yeah, they've been very good in that respect. Even things like fees, and if you're going to restructure fees or look at the costs, it's done politely, professionally, and there's a framework put up that you can work to, and they do a good job.
So Matthew, what can you tell me about eClub?
There's a lot of people, and there's good entertainment, there's good education, but the whole concept of actually getting people together with who are customers, and then them being able to talk about their business, promote their products, or just pure education. This is a fun place to be, and it's fun working with these guys. So whilst it looks real hard, I mean, it's typical of their style. It's done with consummate ease and aplomb, and a bit like the duck, you know, it's all waddling around the surface, but underneath it's all going like mad. But that's how they work.
And is there anything else that you would like to add?
It's rare, I think, in an organisation to be able to maintain that culture, and these guys have done it well.
Matthew, thank you so much for taking the time today. We really appreciate it.
Oh, you're welcome.